All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a place. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. It's Friday. It's first game of World Series Day. It's going to be a good day for baseball. Joining me today is Jay McLovin, which everybody knows, big Houston Astros fan. So I know he's pumped up for tonight. How you doing this morning, Jay?
Man, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because it's game one, baby, and it's put up or shut up. Do or die. God, game one World Series. Let's go, Astros. It's a great day, Gonzo. Good to be here, man. Yeah, let's talk some baseball, man. Let's talk about what do you think, bro? Damn. What a time to be alive.
Well, I think it's going to be a great World Series. It's going to be the battle of the Houston's pitching staff against the Phillies. Big first 4 or 5 guys in their batting order. That's going to be the key to the game. Can the Phillies hit the ball off the Houston pitching? Yankees weren't able to. Mariners did some, but Astros was still able to win the games. But we'll see if this Phillies team can stay hot. They were real hot, but now they've had 4 or 5 days off. How's that going to affect them? And how will that affect the Astros? I mean, they've had the time off too, and we've seen earlier in the playoffs where some of the teams that had the time off got off to a little bit of slow start and then picked it up. So it's going to be interesting to see what game one looks like tonight with both teams having that rest.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. The one thing that I feel really good about is we didn't have to play the Padres. You know what? I think I would have been more nervous going against the Padres than I am going against the Phillies. And I'll tell you, because if you don't know what Juan Soto does in the World Series, just go back and look at the World Series that Houston was in against the Nationals, and you'll quickly learn just how crazy Juan Soto can be. So I'm just glad I don't have to see Juan Soto, man. I'm so glad I don't have to see him. Doesn't mean that I'm not taking anything away from Bryce Harper or Hoskins or Castellanos or Schwarber, but man, I'd rather go up against fresh faces than the guy that killed us last time. So I got to be honest with you, though, man. I think Pena for the Astros is – I know everybody's looking at Alvarez. Some people are saying, well, what can Altuve bring now? And I hope that the momentum stays with Altuve, that he doesn't go back into that funk that he just came out of. But I really believe on the hitting side of life, Pena, and even on the defensive side of the base at shortstop, Pena is going to be the X factor for the Astros on that offensive side.
He was a big X factor in the last series as well. He had a great ALCS.
Yeah, he had so many clutch hits. That sweep was as much Pena, and I will say Pena and Gurriel. Don't overlook. I think a lot of people overlook Gurriel and what he does too, defensively and his bat. Pena and Gurriel really came up nicely in the batting order, and they really, really do a good job for us. So yeah, don't overlook Gurriel. Those two guys literally helped us get that sweep. Just as much as the pitching staff and everybody else.
And the Astros have to watch out for Bryce Harper right now. When dude's been hot, man. He's hitting over 400 in the playoffs, and that's just crazy. So he's going to be a big thing for the Phillies. I think if they're going to have success, Harper's going to have to continue being hot. It's going to be interesting to see if he can continue being hot against this Astros pitching staff that we all know is pretty solid. So I'm excited for tonight. I'm going to sit back, watch some baseball, and enjoy a good Friday night. Like I said, I'm still leaning toward the Phillies. They just have that feel to me, kind of like the Nationals did. But it's going to be a fun series. And like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't have a dog in the fight. But all right. So, I mean, I'd like to see Phillies win for some reasons. But like I said, because I got Castellanos, I'm a fan of. because he was with the Reds. Schwarber played for IU. I've always been a fan of his, but I'd also like to see Dusty Baker get a ring. So it's either way, I'm not going to be mad.
Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of times we talk about Pena, or we talk about Harper, or we talk about Schwarber, Hoskins, Baum, all these guys. But if you really honestly analytically break down the Astros, man, if you take Maldonado out of the equation, because we know that, his batting average isn't always the best, but we also know what he does as a game manager with those pitchers. And that's why he's in that lineup, because he does such a good job analytically studying the opposition, that he knows, where, how to pitch that and how to get the most out of the pitchers. Even when they may be struggling, he'll go out there and do a quick mound visit, and he'll get that pitcher right back in the game plan. And if you don't believe me, I don't know if you caught the interview that with Justin Verlander about it, but Justin Verlander said nobody studies the game harder than Maldonado. He goes, he does probably more homework than any catcher that I know. And 9 times out of 10, my success is about 40% my performance and about 60% Maldonado's preparation and calling of the pitches. And when you got a catcher that's like that, man, it's going to, how do you take him out of the lineup? I don't know. And don't overlook Maldy, because sometimes Maldy will come up there and he'll give you that clutch. I say Maldonado give clutch hit time and time again. So even though his batting average may not show it, what he does in the lineup and what he does in those clutch situations really is a testament to him. And I think a lot of times with Maldonado, we tend to overlook, the contributions that he makes on the defensive and offensive side of the plate. But I'll tell you, man, listen, when you got a team that features Gurriel, Altuve, Bregman, Pena, Alvarez, McCormick, Tucker, and Mancini, every single one of those guys I just mentioned, and don't forget Elitmus Diaz, every single guy I mentioned, can get hot at any moment and can be just as lethal as a Bryce Harper, if not more lethal than a Bryce Harper. I know a lot of times we get hung up on Bryce Harper, but a lot of times there's a lot of other players out there that can do that.
Yeah, I'm not hung up on him. I'm just saying he's having a great postseason.
No, but I'm saying a lot of times,
you know
though,
what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? And I'll say the same thing about Alvarez or Arron Judge.
Well,
but it's not those kinds of guys that get you the World Series.
Here's what I was getting ready to say about that. Yeah, you're right. Because like we talk about the Harpers and the Altuves and them guys, but it's usually a guy that most people don't even know who he is.
Tucker. It's the Tuckers of the world.
Steps up in the World Series and makes a name for himself. You know what I mean? It's usually that one guy that always steps up during the World Series, and that's when his like coming out party, when the world kind of learns who he is.
And it's just like Jonathan Matthews said, it's like a Tucker or a Chas McCormick. How many people know who Chas McCormick is? But I'll tell you, if you watch the playoffs, McCormick hit several key hits. And it's guys like that you don't know a lot about that make household names.
Hey, what's up, Drake? Thanks for joining us. Happy Friday to you as well.
It is a happy Friday, and I hope it's a happy Friday night.
You see, Frankie said happy World Series.
I know. Frankie, I don't care. I hate you. You're right. No, because you're just doing that to get on my skin. No, we're not going to go that road. I know what you really mean. It's all good. Love you.
What do you expect from Verlander tonight?
Oh man,
because he could be having a few extra days off. We know he don't like having that. So the last time he had extra time off, he struggled a little bit coming out of the gates. So
he struggled both times coming out the gates. In game 1 with Seattle, we know eventually that he had to get pulled. But he also know game 1 against the Yankees. The difference between game 1 with the Yankees and game 1 with Seattle was, if you look at game 1 with the Yankees, he was able to right the ship real quick and then get back on pace. And that's really kind of the version of Verlander. I hope that comes out tonight, because Aaron Nola is really the only Phillies pitcher that's beat us. We only played him one time in the regular season, and Nola got the 3-0 win on game 1 of that series. That was before the regular season came to an end. So when you're going up against a Nola, Verlander, I'm not worried about Verlander. I really hope they did a light bullpen session somewhere in there just to keep him in rhythm. But if they didn't, look, it's Justin freaking Verlander. This dude, like damn near 40. He knows what he got to do to get himself ready.
Dre Montez says, I'm calling it bench clearing brawl in game 3.
Man, listen, I hope not. Damn, hey, look, we already had a champagne bottle take out McCullers' elbow. I don't know if we want to go that direction. Yeah, Frankie. It's okay, Frankie. Listen, when your team doesn't make it to the World Series, I don't expect you to go for the Astros.
Hey, Frankie, I say the Phillies as well. So but it's gonna be. I think it's
misery loves company, Gonzo.
I think it's gonna be I said Phillies in 6, but I see that. I really think this is gonna be a 6 or 7 game series. I think it's gonna be close, competitive games, and it's gonna be has the potential to be one of the better World Series that we've seen in a while. I think.
I'm sorry, I was reading Frankie's comment. What were you saying, Gonzo? I apologize.
I said that I think this World Series is going to go either 6 or 7 games and has the potential to be one of the better World Series that we've seen in a while. Because I think these games are going to be close and real competitive games.
You know, it's not going to surprise me if it goes 6 or 7. It wouldn't surprise me, but it also wouldn't. And I'm going to make a very bold statement here. It also wouldn't surprise me if Houston swept the Phillies. Now you say, "Oh my God, Jay, did you just say Houston sweeping the Phillies?" I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what I'm saying is it wouldn't surprise me if that happened. Because look, how many people out here had Houston sweeping Seattle? I mean, honestly, you figure, okay, maybe Seattle come in, they'll steal one game. Castillo, Gonzo, that was your guy, and they got Rodriguez, and they had Ty France and a couple other guys that are, just potent in that line. And they beat Toronto, so it's not like they came in there thinking like, oh, this is just Seattle. We knew Seattle just came off of beating Toronto, and a lot of people had, even Mike Hughes, I believe, had Toronto making it to the World Series. So let's keep it in check.
So the stat guy Dustin Reese had Toronto going to the World Series as well.
Yeah. So how many people had us honestly sweeping Seattle? How many people had us sweeping the damn Yankees, for crying out loud, with Nestor Cortez and Garrett Cole and Severino and company? I mean, how many people had us sweeping them?
Hey, how's it going on?
It wouldn't surprise me if we swept the Phillies. Oh my God, if we swept the Phillies, y'all better hope that don't happen. Because if we go 11 games and in the playoffs, I don't want to hear a damn thing. I better hear a very quiet Facebook. It better be, look, when I go to Facebook, it better be one of two things: congratulatory or a library.
Okay, since you brought that up, let's say that happens and they sweep the Phillies. I don't think that's going to happen, but let's say it does. Where would that rank with the greatest, rank as with the greatest playoff runs in the history of baseball?
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna happen every damn time because there's always gonna be the haters out there. I swear to God, if you go on Facebook right now, I know if I go on my Facebook right now, it's full of Phillies fans, New York Yankees fans. I got a lot of fans on my Facebook page and my Facebook friends groups that just hate the Astros to the point where they're saying, "Oh, it's 7-0. Who cares? It's not impressive. If you don't win the World Series, it's not impressive." That's what they'll tell you. Really, that's not impressive. Okay, well, that's how I know you're just hating at this point and you're not being objective. So my point is this: what do I think? I think if they sweep all of it and they don't take a loss in the playoffs, that's got to go down as the best playoffs in history. How does it not? Is there another team out there that swept the entire playoffs?
I'd have to look it up and see if it's ever happened before.
Exactly. Well, what I'm saying is, if it has happened, it was probably before any of us were ever born. You know what I'm saying? So if that's not impressive, I don't know what is. But there's going to be people out there, I swear to God, Gonzo, there's going to be people that would come out on Facebook and be like, okay, we need an investigation. We need to go find out where the trash cans are, where the buzzers are. They're not going to think that we look like we look. They're not going to think that we just legit took that out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's always going to be somebody that's going to disrespect the Astros, not give them their.
It's just like people do with the New England Patriots. People hated them because they won so much, and they cheated, deflate gate. You have all that stuff, and people just
butt fumbles and Spygate.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, I just want my flowers.
Andre, who you got? Guns? I have the Phillies. Andre, I think the Phillies in 6.
No. I think he asked. I think he was asking, who do you have in your heart? Not that you can't go back on your prediction.
Oh, I had the Phillies win.
No, Gonzo.
National League team, man.
Gonzo. Hey, watch this, Gonzo. Right now, I don't know if you're Catholic or not, but right now, if you are, we're in confession. That little divider wall that separates the two screens, I'm your priest right now. Gonzo, I'm asking you.
No, I have
Confess your sins, Gonzo. It will set you free. Confess your sins. Who do you have in your heart, Gonzo? In your heart.
I have the Phillies winning, but this ain't something I'd put money on.
Look, you're going to purgatory and nobody's going to pray you out. You're just going to sit there forever. Say 7 Hail Marys and 4 I love Jesus, and I will forgive you anyway.
Frankie said he sent us a message to check it out.
I think we talked about this earlier. The biggest thing I think, and a lot of times we don't talk about it, is the environment and for which they're playing it. And I don't mean the fans and stuff like that. I mean just the actual physical environment. Again, in Philadelphia, they don't have a roof, so that means the ball can carry farther than it would in a closed roof environment. Or actually, I'll take that back. I apologize. It carries farther in a closed environment than it does in an open air environment. So a lot of times, those big home runs, they get knocked out because of the wind, things like that. We all know that the Astros roof is going to be closed in games 1 and 2, which means when you hit that home run, it's going to travel even farther. So it's really going to be imperative for pitching, because we know that Houston has a short porch on the left, and we have a relatively small right field as well. We have a deep center field, but again, how much is that going to come into play for guys like Schwarber, Hopkins, Bryce? That short porch, on the left and the right side. So,
hey Jay, Frankie sent us a thing about, has anybody ever swept in the playoffs before? Only one team has run the table in the postseason in the divisional era, which is since 1969, and that was the 1976 Reds, the Big Red Machine. But it says, however, no team has had an undefeated postseason run since the wild card era began in 1995. The path to a World Series championship longer, but the last team to run the table in the playoffs was the Cincinnati Reds in '76. And that's
incredible. Honestly, that's incredible. Andre says, Jason, you guys better not split with them in Houston. Look, I'm not worried about splitting with them in Houston. I'm really not. Do I want to split with them in Houston? No, obviously not. But I'm not worried about split with them if we do. What the Phillies better hope is that they got enough pitching to outlast us. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the crap he pulled against the Padres, bringing in Suarez to close out those games, if you think you're going to do that against the Astros, well, then you're either mistaken or you don't know baseball. Go ahead, try it if you want. Try it if you want. Frankie says, oh, my God, but Frankie's on the couch and he lost 4 games. Oh my God. Just sit there, eat your Skittles, drink your soda, and chew on your popcorn, Frankie.
Hey, did you get that cup out of Astros game?
Yeah. Hey, this cup is good luck for me. If you haven't noticed, I got this during this season, and I've had this cup, and this cup, every time I drink out of this cup, they win. So I'm drinking of it today. I've been drinking out forever. I don't even think I've washed this cup. This cup probably has bacteria growing in it. But you know what? Much like the Afghan people, sometimes bacteria is good for you. Hey, no, but for real, hey, let's talk for a minute. Let's talk about Thompson for a minute. Let's talk about managers just for a minute, because that's a lot of times that we don't talk about either. I think it's incredible, and I said this earlier, when Girardi was let go, during the first part of the season, and a lot of people, even Baum. I remember Baum came out and said, oh, my God, I don't want to be here. He did not want to be – there was a lot of people that did not want to be in Philadelphia at all.
Yeah.
And then Thompson comes in, puts his 2 cents in, whatever you want to call it, And now going into the postseason, you ask Bob, and Bob's like, "Oh my God, I love it here. I don't ever want to leave. This is the best place ever." I mean, again, it's that, Thompson. Let's talk about how good Thompson is. Let's give Thompson his flowers, because this was a team on the brink of just hating it, and now they're loving life. I mean, how much better does it get than that, Gonzo?
Yeah, and I've heard a couple guys say it, Dustin and a couple of the other guys on the network, that is that an indictment on Joe Girardi? Because look, I mean, they were under 500 when Thompson took over, and then they struggled down the stretch a little bit, barely made the playoffs, but to turn that team around and now make it all the way to the World Series, I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible. Taking over a team in the middle of the season and being able to change the culture and get everybody to buy in. Buy in to what you're wanting to try. So I'm glad he got he got what, a 2-year extension.
I believe so.
I'm glad.
Because when he came in, he wasn't even the manager. I think they just tagged him as the interim.
Yeah.
So you're playing, at the beginning, you're basically playing for your job. That was like his job interview. Well, that's a hell of an interview. I got to be honest with you. I knew I wasn't bugging. What? Yeah, you're right. We made it to 4 World Series in 6 years. I mean, come on.
He said if Houston loses, you're going to be hiding for a long time.
Yeah, man, I'm not going to lie. He's not wrong.
He said he's not wrong.
I was telling Melanie, hey, you laughing. I was telling Melanie last night, hey, if Houston loses, I'm going to go to a third world country. I'm going to live in the dense forest. I'm going completely off the grid, and you won't ever find me. I will be with the Watusi tribe, with a few monkeys and apes around me, collecting berries, foraging for my food, and living my days out until I die.
Jay's going to be taking a long sabbatical.
Hey, I don't know if it's a sabbatical. I think it's a journey to find Jesus.
Oh,
man, damn.
Hey, what Frank is saying, I knew what I wasn't bugging about, is that they're saying that you have a cowboy star on your Astros cup.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Y'all got jokes today. Okay. You got jokes. Okay. Look, and even if I did, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm a Houston Astros fan. Okay. So I combine the two. If they combine the two on one cup, hell, I might be drinking for Dallas too. Let's go Cowboys, man. Cowboys. We do got to play the Bears this weekend. So, yeah, let that sink in for a minute.
Drunk says he has Astros in 6. And that,
I can see that.
He thinks the Houston pitching going to expose the Phillies.
Yeah, I do. I really, really do. Because, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you a scientific, factual reason why. It's because when you get a guy like a Harper.
Hey, dude, I'm not smart enough to understand scientific stuff. You got to.
Oh, I'm not either. I just like using that word because it makes me sound important. But no, I can't even spell scientific. So let's just cut the bullshit. No, seriously though, Gonzo, think about it. You got a guy like Bryce Harper, you got a guy like Schwarber. We know what the Phillies got, and they're hitting there, right? If you give guys like that 3 times to see your pitches, by the time they get that 3rd time in the rotation, if you haven't already gotten to them, that 3rd time can be the one where you know what's coming, you know what their best pitches look like. And if you don't think they got analytics out there studying how many times Verlander throws a fastball, how many times he throws a curveball, what situations he throws the sinker, I mean, come on, we all know how these hitters prepare. But what I'm saying is this: that we all know that the Phillies have only seen the Astros one time, and we've only seen them one time. But I'll say this: Dusty can change that hitting up or that pitching up anytime he wants without jeopardizing the next day's pitching rotation or even the 3rd day's pitching rotation. That's how deep this team is. So he can come at you so many different ways pitching that you can't really lock in on any one guy. So keep that in mind where he says that the pitching will expose their hitting, because I think because he can switch it up, they're going to have to switch along with it. Let's see how that plays out for them.
Like I said, I think the Phillies, they need to win one of these first 2 games. You can't go down 0-2 going back to Philly. And then, man, and I know you've seen it. the way that because we talked about yesterday, they got back to Philly, and that's when they jumped on the Padres, and that crowd's crazy. Going to be a little different weather, so we'll see what happens there. But I think like I said, I think it's going to be a real competitive World Series. I think it's going to go 6 or 7 games, and I'm looking forward to tonight and finally getting it started. I hate that they waited a week. Major League Baseball.
Yeah, they should have started this Tuesday. Honestly, we should already be
in game.
Today's Friday. We should already be like at game 4 or 5.
It should start. Yeah, well, no, today should have been starting game 3 because you could play Tuesday, Wednesday, travel day on Thursday, and then they
so game 3. Yeah,
they can play their first game in Philly today.
Yeah, and again, so games 1 and 2, being in Houston, we already know that it's raining in Houston, so they're going to have the roof will be closed. First time they've had a game 1 World Series in a closed roof environment. And again, there's no weather to affect the pitching. There's no weather to affect the hitting. I mean, it's going to be pure, maybe the AC will hit it the right way. I don't know.
Frankie said if Houston lose, Jay will run, and unscripted will be temporarily out of service.
And there'll be a sign that says "Gone fishing." Gone fishing with Jesus.
See, I don't like the closed environments for baseball. I understand it because of the weather. You don't have rainouts, but I don't know. To me, just baseball's always been played outside. It's just.
Well, I mean, that's true. That's true. But sometimes you got to evolve with the times.
Oh, I know. That's just like football.
Evolve with the times. And again, like I said, there are advantages.
I complained about
a closed roof for the teams in terms of how far that ball will travel. So just because that roof is closed, that gives a whole new set of dynamics.
Well, and sometimes you can lose the ball up when you're on
or
high fly balls. Yeah, you can lose the ball with the roof. But here's my thing, though. I hate it for baseball, but I love it for football because I couldn't go to a football game and sit out in that cold because the way my body is now with my nerves and stuff.
Hey, you can't pick and choose when you go to a game, damn it. You're just going to go to the game.
Oh, I go, but, man, when it's cold out here, it hurts.
Hey, look, let's be honest, though. Whether that roof is open or whether that roof is closed, there's going to be so much. There's going to be so much hype and so much electricity in that building. People aren't going to give a damn. I
just saw that the cheapest ticket that you can get for tonight's game is $450, and I bet you that's just standing. I bet you that's not even having a seat. That's just standing somewhere. Hell, you might not even be standing somewhere where you can even see the damn game. You might be watching it on TV, standing in a hallway or something. It's crazy, but. Yeah, cheapest ticket is $450 for tonight's game.
But, and I'll tell you this. Listen, I have spent many games at Minute Maid, and I have been in pretty much every section of that ballpark. I mean, when money was tight, I got the nosebleeds. And when money was good, I got the box seats. And I'm telling you, the one thing I absolutely, unequivocally love about Minute Maid is there's no bad seat.
Yeah.
Seriously. I don't care if you're at the highest seat up there. The way it's constructed and how close it is to the field and the advantage points of all the seats, I'm telling you, even in the nosebleeds at $400, you still get a really beautiful view. And you can see everything. You can see all the play. I mean, it's a really good experience. Even at $450 on the low end, I'll take that ticket. Hell yeah. Please God, somebody send me that ticket.
I mean, I'd pay that to go to a World Series game, but there's
but a lot of times people think, well, if I get the nosebleed seats, I might as well just stay at home. But I'm saying, in that specific stadium, there is no bad seat.
So that's how Lucas Oil Stadium is here in Indianapolis, where the Colts play. Instead of like you're saying, how a lot of stadiums they build like up and out.
Right.
With Lucas Oil, it's like just up. So even if you're high, you're still right there over on the field. You're not way back. It's more straight up. It's what I'm saying. It's more straight. So it is. So it's there. There's not a bad seat. I've sat up at the top. I've sat down in the 4th or 5th row. I mean, so I don't understand what you're saying there. How it's built. It's more just straight up than going so far away.
Yeah, and I love those stadiums that are like that, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Robert Durant Jr., man. Hey, we need to get that
Oh
title,
yeah.
baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Happy birthday for sure.
But yeah, man. God, I tell you what a 50.
What's your favorite? How many ballparks have you been to? A lot of different ballparks to watch major league games.
Sadly, no. I've been to, let's see. I would say I've been to 8 ballparks. 8.
That's probably about what I've been to.
Yeah.
My
But I'll
goal,
tell you,
my
my
goal,
plan though
my
is to
goal
go to
would be to
all the
go to all of
ballparks.
them.
Yeah.
I'd love to go
I
to all.
told the wife, I told the wife when I retired, I said, hey, babe, after we move, we're going to be moving to Houston hopefully next year. And I do want to get an RV. And my plan is just to go, take one year off and just go, to all the ballparks and just see it out, man. So, yeah, man, that's
what I
my
want to
plan.
do.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
My favorite one I've been to so far. Of course, I love Great American Ballpark because that's where that's the Reds. But my favorite one I've been to is Camden Yards there in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I thought that place was cool as hell because it's built like down in a hole. So like when you walk in, you're at the highest levels, and you don't even feel like you're high because you walk down to go to any seat.
Oh, isn't that crazy? That's crazy, isn't it? That's weird.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
I bet it is. My dream, honestly, is to go to the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Hey, find my way down there to the field level, and when nobody's looking, hop the fence, run out to the pitcher's mound as fast as I possibly can. Maybe I beat security, maybe I don't. But my dream job would be to just pee on the mound. Now listen, I know I'm going to jail. I'm not saying that.
I can see this on the news already.
I just want to pee. Look, what's that? That's got to be a misdemeanor. Whatever, man. I'll pay the fine. Whatever, man. Damn it. If I'm gonna go out, if I'm gonna leave this earth, that's the way I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go out there and pee in the mound at Yankee Stadium,
and
then I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna get Frankie the Big Bird, and then I'll probably get pummeled by security at that point. But whatever.
And then the other thing I would like to, because I'd like to go to all the major league ballparks, but I want to go to go to Pennsylvania and go to the Little League World Series.
Oh hell yeah! Yes,
that would be awesome.
Yes,
I haven't been to the World Series, but I went to the regional, like one of the regional tournaments that qualify for the World Series. They hold 2 of the regionals are here in Indiana, and me and my boy went a few years ago and watched those, and them games was on ESPN too. It's like, I mean, it feels like Major League Baseball, just a littler diamond because you have all the TV cameras. It's pretty cool. So it'd be cool to go to that Little League World Series.
I also like to go to the Field of Dreams.
Yes, I want to go to the Field of Dreams.
And I'd love to see it. Like I like to time. Eventually they'll do a game out there again, and I would love to go see an actual MLB game out there. I just think that would definitely be on my bucket list.
Yeah.
I believe, and I got to research this, but I'm almost positive, and I think it was the Cincinnati Reds, and I think it was the Philadelphia Phillies. Back in the day, and I had to get the year on it, but back in the day, they played a baseball game in Sheboygan on an extremely small, intimate field. It was still Major League Baseball standard field, length, whatever. But it was, it was like you could probably play fit maybe 100 people.
Yeah, it didn't have the big grandstand around it.
No, it didn't. And they did it way back when. But yeah, Sheboygan, Wisconsin, look that up. I mean, it's crazy that MLB played a game there. Matter of fact, Red Auerbach, my house, there's an armory building behind my house, and Red Auerbach, if you don't know who Red Auerbach is, you probably don't watch basketball, but he coached basketball games in that armory before he got his head coaching job with the Celtics. It was crazy.
You said right behind your house?
Yeah, it was maybe a block and a half over from my house, right there on Lake Michigan. Matter of fact, he said that was the only building that he's ever truly lost in and could never win. He never won a game there. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that is crazy. I was reading Frankie's comments. Say he heard it's going to be raining in Game 3 in Philly.
No, it's not. He's just saying that. Hey Frankie, I've already checked the weather. Good try. Golly.
My I posted it on my Facebook page, but my niece, she got to go on Channel 9 in Chicago this morning, and she done read the news. She done the weather. She read the weather live on TV on Channel 9 in Chicago. It was fun. It was pretty cool. She was dressed as Belle.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah,
Hell yeah.
she got picked from her school to get to go do the weather. But I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. My sister sent me the link. I watched it on my phone this morning. But
oh, that's awesome.
what do you think? What's your final prediction? Astros in how many games? I know you're going Astros.
Yeah, I honestly think I think it goes 6. I don't think it goes 7. I don't. I think it gets wrapped up in 6. So I'm gonna go Houston in 6. That puts us, what's that, 2, 5? Yeah, that puts us, back in Houston to get the pennant. And so, yeah, man. Hey, I got Houston at 6, and my cues, I fully expect the Astros jersey, the hat, the sign that says on my cues, and I lost. Astros are the best team ever.
I'm going Phillies in 6.
My cues, I want you to have a sign that says 2017 was legit. I stand by that.
Anthony, yeah, it was cool. She's a fourth grader there in Chicago, so that was cool. And thanks, I will tell her congratulations. But yeah, I didn't even know it was going to happen until last night, like at midnight. I found out about it, so I made sure I had it on the phone this morning while I was taking my son to work.
Oh, that's crazy.
But I'm going Phillies in 6. Like I said, I just have that feeling that it's like the Nationals were a few years ago. The Phillies got hot at the right time and going to ride that momentum. But like I said, I'm ready for tonight. I've been waiting all week for some baseball. Got some college football tonight, but ain't no big college football games tonight. So it's mainly baseball because I don't even think there's any real big NBA games tonight.
No, you know what? I hadn't even looked at the I had not even looked at the NBA schedule. I know I see today's Friday. There's got to be at least 2 or 3 games, I believe.
Yeah, there's I think
for
like
college
games.
football. I think who was it? I know there's at least 2 in it or 2. There's at least 2 college football games on tonight.
BYU plays tonight.
That's what it was. BYU. Mm-hmm.
I forget who.
But nobody's watching no damn BYU. Let's be honest. We're all watching the World Series. If you're not watching the World Series, I'm gonna laugh at you because I know you're lying.
And there's like 6 or 7 NBA games tonight, but like there ain't no real good real big matchups. Bucks and the Knicks, and the Knicks have been playing pretty good, so I guess that would be kind of interesting. But
man, what's going on with the Knicks? We were talking about that last night, man. The Knicks, man, damn. Like little, this team just came out and they playoffs and then they sucked and now they're back. What? They only lost like a game. I mean, the Knicks are really. It's almost like they're reborn. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it has been crazy. So I might check a little bit of that out before because I think it starts at 7. So I might check a little bit of that game out before the World Series. Or nope, never mind. Never mind. It starts the same time as the World Series, so I probably won't be checking any of it out.
Let me tell you something.
Before
Frankie's gonna be glued to the TV. I promise you. Frankie's gonna be glued to the TV.
Before we close out, what do you think is going to happen with Arron Judge? Is he going to end up back with the Yankees?
No. I for some reason, and I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think Arron Judge is going to wind up in San Francisco.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I think because San Francisco, for one, they really want him, and 2, that's kind of like his hometown. So I don't know.
And that's the thing, because what was really keeping him with the Yankees? What, his love for the Yankees organization, blase. You don't think he got the same love for the hometown team in which he grew up on? I mean, come on. And they're going to give him the biggest payday?
He has all the leverage right now, man, because New York messed up by not signing him last season because now he has all the leverage.
They screwed up when they tried to be cheap with him. Instead of giving the man the payday, that he was looking for. If they'd have given him the payday he was looking for, it probably would have been cheaper in the long run than what it's going to be now. So you actually cost yourself money by being greedy. You're going to cost yourself money, or you're going to cost yourself losing them all together. So, wow, how's that taste feel in the mouth?
I know a lot of people think that he's going to end up either San Francisco or with the Dodgers.
The only reason I say no to the Dodgers is because of the Giants coming out and saying that they won't be underbid. So I don't see him going to the Dodgers if that's the case, because he's going to get the bigger payday and the team that he wants to go to in terms of California. If the Dodgers get it, that would be an extreme long shot. The only reason I think the Dodgers could probably get it is they might be able to make a better case for the postseason than San Francisco would, and that might appeal to Judge. That's really about the only leverage the Dodgers have.
Hey, our leverage is we make it to the postseason every year to lose and not get a World Series.
Pretty much. Hey, but guess what? Hey, he's doing the same thing right now with the Yankees.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, that's tit for tat, man. Hey, you're either gonna lose on the West Coast or you're gonna lose on the East Coast.
Hey, at least on the West Coast, it don't get cold.
Hell no. Hey, you got that sunshine in your hair? No, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
There was fucking ice on my car window this morning, dude.
Oh, you know what? Hey, I'll tell you, man, after living in Sheboygan, I don't miss not having to go out there and scrape off my window to go to work. I don't miss those days at all. I'm so thankful not to have to experience that.
I go out there about
lifestyle.
20 minutes early, start the car, and then come back in the house, let it defrost. And so I don't have
Bro, it was longer than that. It was usually I had to get up an hour early because I got to snow my way out to the car.
Oh yeah.
And then when I get to the car, I gotta plow around it to get all the snow away from the car. And then the last thing I'll be doing, is gonna be the windshield. And if I broke my scraper, then I gotta break up my driver's license and start scraping the damn window with my driver's license. And I gotta hope that my driver's license doesn't chip in half.
Don't break.
What a time to be alive. I did not miss those days at all.
I used my ATM card one day and snapped it in half.
Hey, I'm telling you, hey, look, it's not meant for that crap, but that's what we do. And when you live up the north and you don't have your scraper, that's what you do.
Yeah, your ice scraper breaks. Hey, I've used
it. Real quick, Gonzo, if you can, real fast. God, Tom Brady, man. Can we just say that for that? The man threw for 325 yards, and he only got one touchdown. But man, you know what? He cannot win with this Bucs team. It's just
they're terrible in the red zone. Terrible in the red zone.
All I can tell Tom, I hope you listen to me, man. You're not going to the Super Bowl. Nobody's gonna care if you resign and go back and save your marriage to that beautiful wife, Giselle. Just do what's best for you. You got 7 damn rings. Hell, you got 1 ring with a team that probably would have never been there had you not come there. So just let it go. Let it go. Enjoy all that beautiful money you have and that beautiful wife, and relax.
And he don't, man. He finally looks old out there.
Bro, I saw him at the damn news conference, and his face looked dehydrated. He got gray hair on his scalp. I was like, oh God, Tom, let it go. Go enjoy the good life.
Yeah, I don't understand that he needs to be. Yeah, he tried to play 1 year too long. And it sucks because of how great his career was. And he was playing at an MVP level last year. So it would have been, I wish he'd just stayed retired. Because that's what's any great player. You don't want to see a shell of themselves out there. You know what I mean? If they're playing, you want to see, you want to see them do what they always do. And he can't anymore. Father Time finally caught up with them.
You know, you're right. Dad caught up with him. But he also lost a security blanket in Gronk. Gronk, if you remember, Gronk was the red zone target for him for a long time. Yeah. And then when Gronk wasn't there this year, he finally played a season without his security blanket. And I think that kind of exposed Tom to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? If Tom was smart, when he won that Super Bowl and he was tossing the trophy across the raft onto the other raft out there in the river, he should have just retired then. He should have got that ring and ran for the hills.
When he drank so much tequila that the guy had to hold him up on the way out.
Hey, listen. Look, I don't care if they hold you up. Hey, just don't get behind the wheel and drive. I mean, hey, look, if you want to get
I didn't have a problem with it.
hey.
I didn't have a problem with it. Oh, you win a Super Bowl, go celebrate however you want to celebrate. By all means.
I'm just saying, man. He had the perfect opportunity to go off into the sunset with 7 rings. Nobody will ever top him. And he had a beautiful wife and all that. I mean, when your life is that perfect, you can't top it. There's nothing you can do to top it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Well, before we get out of here, you got any final thoughts, Jay?
Yeah. Frankie, listen, man. I know this is how this is going to work. Game's going to come on tonight. You're going to be hyped. You're going to be talking all kinds of smack. About the 3rd or 4th inning, Houston will get up on top. You'll be quiet. Or maybe Phillies get on top, and then you'll be chirping even louder. And then eventually, just like in Game 1 with Seattle, when we knock that ball over the fence and we take the lead, you're going to be devastated. Devastated. And when you're devastated, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be there for you to cry on, talk to, meditate with. I got you, bro. I got you back. Because that's what Jay does. He wins and then he comforts the souls of the lost and the broken, the New York Yankees. Got you. Peace out. Good job. I'm just telling you, Gonzo, it's going to be like that tonight, man. My DMs are going to be it's going to be all over the place. Facebook will be blowing. You watch. Tonight's going to be more exciting on Facebook and the DMs than the actual game.
Hey, if the Astros lose, your phone's going to be blowing up, dude.
Bro.
If the Astros lose tonight, your phone will be blowing up.
Hey, if the Astros lose, I'm telling you, man, I'm turning the phone off. Don't ask to find me on Facebook. Don't ask to find me on Messenger. Look, I will be beep, boop, bop.
Just say, leave people be trying to get a hold of Jay. They'll say, leave a message.
Fishing with Jesus. I'm fishing with Jesus. Hey, listen, if you want to find Jay when the game's over with, just go to the local Savannah airport. Maybe you'll find me on my flight out.
But no, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports True Man at the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. Coming up after we go off, they have the ASAP in the Morning show. Go check out them guys. Oh, dang it. Craig and Ray. I don't even know
I'm about to say Craig and Ray.
Craig and Ray do a great job over there. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was thinking maybe I need to go watch some Dr. Phil.
I love some good Dr. Phil, damn it. Damn.
But then at 1 p.m. Eastern this afternoon, we have the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. Come join us for that. Have Horseshoe Talk tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. Talk some Indianapolis Colts, starting Sam Ellinger now and benching Matt Ryan. So come join us for that. Jay, you have anything else?
Yeah, hook 'em horns. Let's go, Sam. Show them Colts what you can do. You're a UT guy. Hook 'em horns. Hook 'em.
All right, I hope he comes out. I hope he comes out firing. But hey, keep me no worse than what we've been doing. So,
jeez. Well, you know what, no man. Hey, I know we gotta get out of here, but don't look past these Colts, man. You know,
if they can get that run game going, it can change a lot.
I'm telling you, listen. Any given Sunday, Bubba. Any given Sunday, man. So hey, you never know what's gonna happen. Hey, if Zappy could come out there and steal some wins, I'm just saying.
Hey, that's what I'm excited about this Sunday to see what he's going to look like. Plus, I'm going out to the sports book with my son and be the first time he's went out there with me, so that's going to be fun as well. So,
one more thing, Pearland. Pearland. Let's go.
We appreciate everybody watching. Like I said, please hit that subscribe button. And we will see you guys Monday with another episode Around the Bases. We'll recap the weekend of the World Series. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you Monday at 9 a.m.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365 365, we making a place. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, they work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.